Good morning everyone. What is the worst thing that can happen to you as a creator, even worse than getting your camera crushed by a tank? Alright guys, welcome to a new episode today in the Maldives, and I want to share with you today the most crucial thing you should do as a creator. It's not you should do, you must do it. There's no way you can ignore that. So to talk about it, we're gonna go over there on the studio. Let's go, let's get started. All right, welcome to the studio guys. We are on top of the ocean, so if you hear funny noises, that is perfectly normal. Now, look, this is super serious. The worst thing that can happen to me as a creator is simply losing everything that I created, that I worked for. And yes, it can happen just like that if you don't take the right precaution. It happened to me in the past a few times. One time in Nigeria when someone stole absolutely anything I owned, and then it happened 6 months ago when I had a hard drive crash halfway around the world, and last was actually a few days ago when I lost the drone. So please guys, this is the most important topic we can ever discuss in photography and videography. So let's make it really useful. I want to share with you my workflow I created in order to never lose files again, and also just how I manage all my photos and videos from the moment I create them on the field until the moment I edit them and post them and share them with my clients. I'm going to be sharing a lot of tools and techniques I'm using. Just know that no one's giving me any money to say anything. It's just tools I love. So keep that in mind. Let's get right into it and rewind a few days back for the field part. Made it! Woo! I didn't expect that. So when I'm on the field, a lot of things can go wrong. I can have a memory card that gets corrupted. I can have a hard drive gets wet. I can lose my drone, for example. I have a footage on it. There are a billion things that can go wrong, and that is the reason why you want to be backing up on the field. So to back up on the field, there are a few solutions, and depending on who I'm shooting for, I might use all of them or just one of them. Now imagine I hiked for hours, finally made it to the top, and decide to launch a drone. Launch a drone, get some banger shots. Get the drone back, and here I decide, you know what, let's back up the drone right away. It is so windy outside, it might be very risky. And on top of that, I have to make a video on backup, so it's a good example. On the field, you've got a few options. You can either back up with your laptop on an external hard drive, or you have like on the field backup solutions. And this is what I use. This is a Gnarbox, that's my on the field backup solution. I just love it. I just drop the memory card inside, connect with my phone, and then I copy all the memory card onto the Gnarbox. It's dust proof, it's water resistant, it's shock proof. You can throw it, you can do a lot of things with it. I'm not afraid to lose my data once they're on here. And also it allows me to fly again the drone or keep shooting with my camera and dump the memory card if I want. You never know what happens when you're shooting afterwards. And here's a crazy story guys. I backed up that drone, and a few hours later I literally crashed my drone. The drone is over there, and I'm here. I think it's
okay, go.
Across. I'll put the footage at the end of that video if you want to see what really happened, but now I'm droneless and it really kills me. So yeah, on the positive hand, I had all the awesome drone footages on the Gnarbox, and I didn't need to worry about not having the memory card again. So I lost the drone but got the footage. At least I made it a little less worse. So once this is done on the field, now I have two copies, one on the memory card and one on that drive. And if you're shooting for a very important client and you have a camera with dual memory slots, I highly recommend you to shoot on both memory cards. That way you have 3 copies. Two on your memory cards and one here. It's just so crucial not to lose anything. I've had memory cards corrupt also. It's not fun. Just want to say, if you want to get the Gnarbox, don't get the V1, get the V2 that is coming out in December. It's going to be 1,000 times better. There are like a lot of functionality they're adding. I made the team the other day. Those guys are super cool on top of that. Now let's get back to the studio, and what do you do once you have your memory card with your footage? So for me, it is very simple. My goal is to always have 2 copies of everything when I'm traveling, 3 if possible, but let's be honest, when you're on a world tour, it's a bit difficult to carry 3 hard drives. On top of that, it's kind of useless if you all have them all with you. I have those hard drives that I carry with me everywhere. They're just external hard drives. Those are 4 terabytes, and I have a duplicate of each one of those versions. So what do? Is I simply drop in my memory card into my computer. My hard drive is called Snake 5-1, which means it's the 5th generation and it is the primary one. That's Snake 5-2, for example. So I create a template folder every time I start, and for example in that case it's 2019 08-XX, so I can change the date. Me for who is the client, and that's me right now. So basically it's the name of the project or the destination, and then what happened during that day. And you can see I have the Manila luxury, Manila apartment, and all that, all those folders. Inside it I've got 4 different folders with all the cameras I use, or more if I use more, and I just drag and drop from the memory card all the videos that I want to keep onto that hard drive. For the photo part, I do something a little bit different. I use a program called Perfect Browse. It's the same as Photo Mechanics if you know it. It's basically the perfect software to call images super quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the photos I took on that memory card. I'm going to start rating them, meaning calling, right into the app from the memory card. I'm going to put 1 star for the one I want to keep. So all my photo workflow is through Lightroom. So what I create is a catalog for each project or each destination. I went away from having 1 catalog for everything because it got way too huge. So right now it's 1 catalog per project or destination. Just like you see, I organize the file. I do the same for the catalog. All the catalogs right now are on my laptop, so I can edit on the go, and I have a copy on the hard drive. So if we look right here, I've got my Philippine, Midale, Utah, Chicago catalogs, all those, and I'm going to open the one I'm going to import on, and then from Perfect Browse, right click and send to Lightroom. Now it's going to open the import box in Lightroom, and here you just make sure all the photos are selected, the one that you already called. You add your tags, and I create a duplicate version right onto import on my second hard drive. So that way I know my photos are already backed up twice. That's going to save me time also when I'm duplicating the hard drives. That's it. Now my photos are in Lightroom. I don't have to worry anymore. I can unplug the second hard drive, and that is all good. Ooh. Alright, so where are we now? We imported the videos from the memory card. Yay! We don't have to worry about that anymore. We imported the photos from the memory card onto 2 hard drives. Yay! No need to worry about that anymore. But there is still a little problem. The video footages are only on 1 hard drive. Also, if I save my Lightroom catalog onto that hard drive, well, it means it is not on the second hard drive. So how do I duplicate that hard drive onto that hard drive? Is super simple. There is an awesome software called Free File Sync. It is free. You can leave donations if you want. It's just so good, and it's free. It's like, wow, mind-blowing. The way it works is very simple. You plug your hard drives and you tell it, hey, why don't you check hard drive 5-1 and you compare it with Snake 5-2. Super simple. You press compare. It's gonna compare what's on one versus the other, and then you press synchronize, and when you press synchronize, guess what happens? It's going to mirror 5-1 onto 5-2, and once that's done, I am very happy. Guess why, guys? Because now I have 2 copies of my hard drive. The most important thing for you to remember is not to leave the 2 hard drives you have in the same spot. Imagine you lose one bag. You don't want to be losing 2 hard drives in the same bag. So I give 1 copy to Trina. Awesome, Trina carries it everywhere with her and she keeps it safe. I have 1 copy with me, and whenever I'm in a base, I leave one of the copy over there. All right, now you got it. I've got 2 copies of my files, maybe 3 if I didn't yet flush the Gnarbox, but usually I flush it when I have the 2 copies. And what happens now is that, I know, guys, if you want to be super conservative, you should have a 3rd copy, and that is exactly what I do. So in order to have a 3rd backup, I have different solutions. Either I put it in the cloud, but the service I was using shut down. So if you guys know any service on the cloud where I can upload all my files, all my video, all my raw photos without paying a leg, please let me know in the comments. I'm super interested. Now I've got another solution, which is really if everything goes to hell and you lose everything, you still have that, which is simply whenever I'm done working with the photos, I export them into JPEGs. Those JPEGs, I send them to the cloud onto Google Photos, and Google Photos has unlimited free storage as long as you let Google decide of the resolution. Actually, it is good quality in my opinion, and it allows me to have a JPEG version of that image in case everything goes to hell and I lost everything. It can still save my butt. A little bit at least. I know I won't have the RAW and all that, but it's still better than losing everything in my opinion. Oh, guys, I hope you're following. This is crazy. I never thought it would be that difficult to explain your workflow. I hope it's not too boring. I just want to say it is so important that, yeah, that video is crucial, guys. You need to back up your files properly. Invest the 5 extra minutes. It will save you in the long run. You have no clue. The day everything goes south, you will be so glad you did it. So on a future note, once I will be back home, I will have a storage solution like Gnarbox, Synology, Lassie, all that, you know, the home NAS drives. I am not sure exactly which solution I'm going to go for, but whichever I will share with you, and if it's cool or not. So yeah, that's for the future part. Maybe you guys have recommendations actually on the one that you really love already. I would love to hear that. Alright guys, by now, if you don't have a headache, if you're not tired of seeing me, I'm going to drop some images of what happened with the drone. That way you can understand how I tried to recover it and why it crashed. It really sucks because right now I'm in the Maldives. I don't have the drone, and that is the most stupid thing I can be thinking of. Is like, oh my god, I wish I had the drone. Anyway, that's enough speaking for me, guys. I'm going to finish editing that video and then jump in the water and shoot underwater. I really want to ask you just one thing before we go. It's not check out the presets or the workshops. It's simply please share that channel with whoever you want on your community, on Facebook, wherever. If you got any value from me, this is how you can support the channel. Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, remember, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new, but don't forget to back it up. I can't speak anymore, otherwise you'll lose everything and that's not fun. All right guys, have an amazing day. Footages of the drone are coming just after that, and if you're new to the channel, hit the SUBSCRB button, ring the notification bell. It's gonna make a huge donk. It's going to be insane. You'll be following the adventures in the Maldives and then in India. Woo! There's a lot happening. See you in the next episode. Bye. I just want to be safe. If I crash the drone, I still want to have my footage. The drone is over there, and I'm here. I think it's
okay, all the way over there, so you guys can see. Taking a mighty.
The drone is somewhere in one of those trees. Alright, this is going a bit crazy. I have to climb up here because it's over there. Made it past the crazy climbing over there. I'm getting closer. It should be in one of those trees. Weather update. I'm supposed to be right on top of it, but I can't see anything. There's a massive giant drop. It's super scary, sketchy. I don't think it's a good idea to go up here, to be honest. Gotta make it down. I went really high up. I could see you from the top, but nope, no drone. I was like literally next to it, but there is no way of making it beep, so I can't even hear it. And since it's gray and everything in there is like gray brown, voila. You know what's funny is that I was just saying in the tutorial, well, it's great to back up your memory card in case, for example, you lose your drone. And look what happened. I've been told that the plants I was going in were poisonous somehow, but it's gonna show only in 1 week, so I might have to do some botanical research to see what he's talking about and how to prevent it.